Hello and welcome to the Saintly Sounder, your source for all things FIFA. Alright, so today we have another installment in our series, the head-to-head challenge. Today, doing their best impression of a man trying to pick up a woman here. We have Shaqiri, Aubameyang, and Farfan. Arjen Robben isn't included in this list because, quite frankly, he's too damn expensive. So I excluded him. These guys are all affordable, all incredibly useful, and all very good additions to any team you might want to put them in. Alright, so here they all are sitting together here. Up first is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, standing at 6'2", and with perfect work rates, he's a welcome addition to any team. He only has 3-star skills and 3-star weak foot, but as you can see, in 110 games at my club, he's bagged 69 goals and 64 assists. This is from a combo of playing not only right forward, but striker on 7 chem as well. A very efficient total, if not totally overwhelming. His striker inform card is one of the best in the game. This card, although a little bit worse, is still very good, especially for the price that you can pick him up for. Alright, so overall I give Aubameyang an 8.3 out of 10. Keep in mind, a perfect 10 is like a Pele or Ronaldo type player. So breakaways, though, he is the fastest big guy. He's 6'2" with 90 sprint speed. If he gets in a straight line, he's not getting caught. He can just about run around the field and no one's going to catch him. Because of this, his inside the box finishing is actually higher than his card suggests, because his speed allows him to get in a lot better opportunities. You're going to score a lot around the keepers with him, left him standing, because you're able to just purely run by the keeper, or at least get in a spot where you can near post finesse it into the corner. And although his straight-up shooting may let him down a little bit, I still give him an 8 out of 10. Outside the box is not his forte. Get into the box, he's a little bit below average from long range. Now, he only has 3-star skills, so I wouldn't go crazy with the skill runs, not that it'll let you really anyway. Really, fake shot, get going, use his pace to your advantage. That's the most dangerous thing about Aubameyang, and it should shock no one. Heading, outside of Perisic, I cannot think of a better winging header of the ball. He's 6'2". He's not going to disappoint if he sets up anywhere on the field. His speed allows him to get in front of slower, lower acceleration defenders, and he's going to win a surprising amount of headers for you. His pace, not to keep harping on it though, really helps his assisting as well, because he can get to the edges, get cheese balls across, and he will pick up a lot of assists purely because he can outrun everyone and play good square balls across. Because of this, I think his best position is right forward or striker, where you can really use his pace, really use his ability to cross or to speed by people to your best advantage, and also because of his height. You want a guy that big in the box in case you need to whip in across. Up next is a real jack-of-all-trades player, Jefferson Farfan. He played 17 games at my club, 8 goals, 6 assists. Really hammers home the idea that he's the kind of player that's good at everything but not great at one thing. His pace is a little bit slower, his shooting isn't that great, his passing is good, and his dribbling is good. He's only 5'10", but he does have perfect work rates, and again, he's kind of cursed by the double 3 stars that Aubameyang has. But overall, I give him a very respectable 7.8 out of 10. For his price, that's really good, actually. His breakaways, 8.8 out of 10. He's definitely benefited by his added strength that none of the other guys I'm going to be talking about have. His pace, 87, is good, not great. He's going to score a lot because he's able to actually muscle guys off. He can bully some of the weaker wingers, which these other 2 guys don't tend to do very often. Inside the box, his double 3 stars can hurt him, especially since he doesn't have the pace to fall back on like Aubameyang. He does have enough shot power that you can power it very often. I didn't have very much luck finessing the ball with him. Long shots, though, his shot power does really show, and he can get those balls around 18 to 25. He'll put it on frame at the very least. I give him an above-average rating, an 8.2 out of 10 in that department. His skill runs, again, his strength kind of helps him. His ability to fake shot and then bully weaker wingers can really help you out there. 8.2 out of 10. His heading, because of his strength and his good jumping and his good just about everything, he's a very good utility player, better than average for a winger in my opinion. His assisting, his passing stats are pretty good, and again, he's going to thrive out on the wide areas where he can pick on guys that are a lot weaker than him. Because of this, because his shooting isn't as good as the other options, I say his best position is right mid, where he can use his strength to really help you on offense and on defense, and you won't have to rely on him skilling inside the box like you might expect from some of the other guys. Also, he won't be forward if you whip in crosses, and since he is only 5'10", he would lose a lot of those challenges. Here, you can really utilize him to the best of your ability. I say right mid, he's a good option, very cheap, very decent. Up next is a player that slipped my mind. Xherdan Shaqiri, the Swiss Bayern man, is really cheap for his price. He got transferred to Inter. I don't know how that'll affect his price right now, but I picked him up for a very respectable 2,600. In 21 games, he had 16 goals, 12 assists, which is a really good ratio, and on average is a little bit higher than either of the other two guys. He's a very good player. He feels a lot faster than his card stat suggests. For a while, I thought he was a right-footed player. I'm going to be honest. He's the only one that has double 4 stars. His passing is good. He feels a lot stronger in-game than his card stat suggests. I think it's because he's so small. He's got good balance. He can really get to the edge, and I think of him almost in the same way I thought of Cuadrado. He's very nimble, very quick, very useful. Alright, so Shaqiri, I give an 8.5 out of 10, the highest of the 3. That's because I think he's the most useful at a right wing, right forward in traditional spots. His breakaways, like I mentioned, his pace feels higher than the card stats suggest. I'd rate him about a 90. He's really good at getting in and out, weaving in between people. Very good. That's why I give him an 8.8 in the skill run category as well. He's the only one that brings 4-star skills, and he can really do standing scoop turns. He can get to the byline and whip in cheese balls if you want to. Very good in that department. Inside the box, he doesn't miss. He's got great shot power. He's the most consistent finisher out of the 3. Outside the box, again, his shot power and long shots are very good. You're going to be able to test the keeper from range here, which I found him to be a lot more consistent than either of the other 2 options. Heading for a winger who's only 5'7", he does a very good job. Compared to the other 2, he's a fair bit worse. He is only 5'7". He's going to win you some that are going to shock you, but overall, don't go whipping the ball into Shaqiri. You're going to have a bad time. Assisting, because of his nimbleness, because of his pace, because of his decent passing stats, he's able to get a lot of balls. He's going to complete a lot of passes because he's able to get into tight spots and then play out of them. Because of this, I say he's a right forward, right winger at best. You can't play him at striker. He's too small, really. He's not going to win the header balls you want, but he's probably the best option at right forward. You're going to ask him to play a lot of wing action there, and he can really get in, get out, get back in again at the same time. A very useful player, a good player, and one who I've heard, although I haven't tried Robin, mimics Robin's style very well with the added benefit of actually having a weak foot, which is always helpful. Alright, so if you found this all interesting or helpful, like and subscribe. I'm on Twitch at the Saintly Sounder and on Twitter at the Red Death 329. This was a really interesting heads-up challenge because everyone fit a different play style. If you have questions who might be right for you, hit me up in the comment section or hit me up on Twitch. If you have a heads-up suggestion, you can also leave that there as well. Until next time, see you on the pitch.